this old document that no one reads anymore. It's called the Constitution. And I think some of my colleagues should give it another read today. The Constitution tells us what Congress is supposed to be doing here in D.C. And that's national defense. It's right there at the top. Now, some people, some of my colleagues don't agree with that. They don't have that as the number one concern. I think the majority do, but there are some who don't. But I would say this, for 61 years now, 61 years in a row, Congress has fulfilled this duty by passing the National Defense Authorization Act to strengthen the common defense and support our troops. That's 61 years. That's a long track record. And this year will be my 62nd, and I'm proud to say that I've had the opportunity to vote on over half of them in that time frame. So I think I have a pretty good understanding of what it takes to get this bill done and the significance of this bill. The way this typically works is the House does their bill, then the Senate does ours, and we go into conference and create a bipartisan, bicameral conference report. That's commonly and normally what takes place. But that takes time. It really takes months. You know, I've been in a position of being active in this for a long period of time. So when I look at the legislative calendar right now, I get concerned. The days are ticking down, and frankly, we're running out of time to get this bill done, to do it the right way. And we're talking about the most important bill and that we consider all year. Now, some people don't agree with that, but I certainly do. This tells us our ability to defend and help America to survive. Senator Reid and I believe deeply in this bill. We held a markup on June 15th and reported out a strong bipartisan bill. That was 3 months ago. Now, we've got an election in November. That'll likely eat away at the limited time that we have. We saw last year what happens when this bill isn't given enough floor time. Last year, Majority Leader Schumer waited until the last possible moment to try to jam through the NDAA, National Defense Authorization Act, without debate right before Thanksgiving. If he delays it again, we don't get an open amendment process where every senator has a chance to improve the bill. Now, we're talking about every senator, not just the members of the Senate Armed Services Committee, but all the others that are out there that have an interest in how to make this a better bill. We could have virtually unlimited amendments, a process that we've enjoyed in the past. Now, if he delays, we get jammed in a negotiating conference bill with the House. The whole process would take longer, which leaves our military with more uncertainty and prevents them from moving out and getting things done. There are real consequences to waiting this long. It's bad for this institution. It's bad for our troops. It's bad for our national security. And I understand some of my colleagues, including the majority leader, have different priorities than I do, but I think this is the most important bill that we do all year. So this year, that's as true as ever. We have threats. We have two countries out there, Russia and China. They have capabilities that we never believed they had. And some capabilities are better than ours. People have this assumption. When I go out to Oklahoma or anywhere around the country and I talk about what we're doing here and explain to them that is we have other countries out there. We have threats that are there, and most people now agree that we're in the most threatened position that we've been in a long period of time, and the scope of the threats that we have. Senator Reid and I deeply believe this bill because it responds to those threats, that it takes care of our troops. We finished markup 3 months ago. We could have gotten started. We could have been finished by now. And I got to admit, Mr. Chairman, that I have a selfish motive. Now, how many members of this body are going to stand up and admit that they have a selfish motive, other than me? And that motive is that I want to get this bill done because it will be my last National Defense Authorization bill of my career. I want to make sure it's done right. I would hate to leave here without finishing the NDAA, without fulfilling our promise to our troops and the American people. And I would hate even more to see the bill's 6-decade track record broken. For the last 4 years as chairman and now ranking member of the Armed Services Committee, I have fought tirelessly to pass this bill. And I know that the majority leader doesn't want to be responsible for the demise of Congress's last remaining annual authorization bill. There's really no time to waste. We're out of time now. The Senate's going to have to do now. You have to do the NDAA. With that, I'll yield the floor.